Welcome guys to our today's lesson. We are going to look at a trigonometry question that comes in paper 2. Okay, this came in 2025 GCE. So there are tips that I'm going to be giving you as we go on to solve our question. Make sure you share with your friends, like and give it a thumbs up. So thank you so much for always supporting us. Let's go into the question. Saying a garden is in the form of quadrilateral PQRS with PQ equals to 5 meters, QR equals to 8 meters, RS equals to 7 meters, and PS equals to 6 meters. When you look at the diagram in this case, there are two shapes that are being formed. There's a bigger one, which is a quadrilateral, a four-sided shape. Then this line, this diagonal here, is cutting this shape into two shapes. There's a triangle up here, there's another triangle down here. Now let us look at the questions the way they are coming. So the first question is saying calculate PR. So PR is a side. That's the first thing that you need to identify. So they are asking us to find the side. Alright, so now before we go on to calculate our side, there are those two formulas that you expect to see on the second page when you just flip the question paper. Okay, there are formulas there under trigonometry. Now you need to know, okay, which one are you going to use? Is it cosine rule? Is it sine rule? So when you look at this question, I am going to forget about this triangle which is on top, okay, because this we are going to get stuck. All right, we're going to get stuck on this one. Now let us look at the triangle which is on the bottom. We have two sides, which is a 5 meter, 8 meters, and the angle which has been given, which is 140 degrees. Now these three, they will help us now to calculate the side that we don't have. When you are given two sides and an angle, you cannot use sine rule. Sine rule, this is where you use the ratio of sides to angles. Okay, it looks like this. Let's say B, then sine. So this, for us to calculate a side, then we're supposed to be given two angles and a side. But when you look at this diagram, we only have two sides and an angle. So meaning we cannot use the sine rule to calculate the side that they've asked us to calculate. Hence, we are going to use cosine rule. Because cosine rule, it is possible for us to calculate a side which has not been given, okay, when you are given two sides and an angle. Let us look at how we're going to handle it. Looking at the diagram on the bottom, let us put in the sides. So the side which is opposite to capital letter P, we will name it as small letter p. Opposite to R, small letter r. Opposite to Q, small letter q. And this is the side that we are trying to find, the Q here. So the Q will be the subject of a formula. So it will be Q squared, okay, Q squared, then equal to these two sides that are adjacent to this angle will come now after the equal sign. So P squared plus R squared, then minus the multiplication of these two sides. So minus 2PR, okay, since this is the cosine rule, then times cos the angle which is opposite to the side I'm trying to find. So angle Q. So this is our formula for cosine rule. Okay, let us write it down. So we have this is our formula here. Okay, now next let us pick the values. Q squared, we don't have anything. That is what we are finding. So Q squared. Then the value for P, small letter p is what? 8. So 8 squared. And the value for R is 5 meters. So 5 squared. Then here 2PR, meaning 2 times P times R. So it will be negative 2 times 8 times 5. Then cos Q. Q is the angle. Okay, capital letter Q there is the angle 140. So cos 140. From here now, we are going to start simplifying. Please do not skip a step here. This is a 5-mark question. Okay, so Q squared. I'm going to expand what is 8 squared, which is 64. Then 5 squared, 5 times 5, 25. Then I'll multiply negative 2 times 8 times 5. Okay, don't multiply it with cos, okay? So we have negative 8. Then punch what is cos 140 degrees on the calculator. We're going to have negative 0.766044443. Please do not feel lazy to write down this value. You end up losing marks. So write it as it is. And it has given me a negative, so you write with that negative. Then q squared, then I'm going to add 64 and 25. People will end up making mistakes. Others will say 25 minus 8. Mama, that is a big mistake because you cannot subtract or add this to this before you multiply them. Alright? So 64 plus 25, we have 89. Then now I'm going to multiply negative 80 times negative 0.7604 quad 4, 3. Okay, we multiply those. We're going to get a positive 61.28355544. Now that's when I can add. So adding 89 plus 61 point these values, we're going to get 150.2835554. I'm not rounding off. Okay, now from here, we need to find the value for q. So we'll introduce a square root to remove this power 2. We introduce a square root here on the left. We're also going to introduce the square root on the 150 point, those values. Then once we punch on the calculator, of course the power 2 and the square root will cancel. Then when we punch on the calculator the square root of this decimal number, it will be 12.25901935. This is the correct value. In case you don't know how to round off, on this value just write meters. It ends there. Okay? Instead of you losing marks. So before I round off, I'm writing the entire value. Then now if I know how to round off, the question says round it off to 3 significant figures. So 3 significant figures will be 1, 2, 3, ending at 2 here. Then since this 5 is greater than 4, I'll get a 1 and add it to 2. So my final answer will be 12.3 meters. Remember this, as we'll be solving, if we want to use this value for PR, we're going to be using this value which is not rounded off to avoid making mistakes. Okay, don't use this one which has been rounded off. Okay, that is done about the PR. We go to question 2. Calculate the area of triangle PRS. So triangle PRS, it's this triangle which is on top. Okay, forget about this triangle which is on the bottom now. We have migrated now. They are asking us to find the area for the triangle which is on top right here. How do we find area? So area for non-right-angled triangle, it's half, then times. Now if this is my triangle here, if this is my triangle here, okay, I have A, I have B, I have C. If I want to find the area here, let's say I've been given angle B here. Okay, this angle has been given. Then I can only use angle B if the adjacent sides have been given. For instance, if they've given me a 2 here and maybe a 3 there, then angle B can be used because it has both adjacent sides. Okay, so on my formula it will be half. Then the adjacent sides is small letter A times small letter C times sine of B, the angle B. This is how we're going to write it. So now, let us come back to this triangle that we have there. We are trying to find the area for this triangle which is on top. I've said we forget about this on the bottom. So, which angle have we been given? We've been given angle R on this triangle which is on top. So this triangle, this angle, it should have both adjacent sides. So the first adjacent side is 7 meters. What about the other adjacent side, which is this? Remember, that was the side that we are calculating. So this side is there, which is 12.3 meters. But as I'm substituting on the formula, I'm not going to use the 12.3 meters. I'm going to use that value which was not rounded off. Okay, so now we can calculate. So writing our values, let us put the sides. So this is a small letter s, small letter p, then small letter r. So these two adjacent sides will have half, then times p is one of the adjacent sides to r, and s is also an adjacent side to r. Then times sine capital letter R. Let us substitute. So half times P is what? 7 meters times S. I've taken now the value which was not rounded off, 12.25901935. Then times sine 18 degrees. Okay, remember it is the angle multiplied by two adjacent sides, then times half. That is how you find the area. Okay, we multiply the 7 times 12.25901,935. We're going to get this value. Then punch on the calculator what is sine 18 degrees. We have this value. You've seen that I'm not rounding off my values. Okay, divided by this value, the 2. Okay, so area will be equal to, first of all, I need to multiply these 2 on top. I'm going to get 26.517,71682. Then being divided by 2. Now I can divide by 2. So when we divide, this is the answer. Again, if you don't know how to round off, just put units here. Would have put meter squared. Now we proceed. So the final answer will be to 3 significant figures, 1, 2, 3. So it will be 13.3 meter squared. This is the value that we are going to use where we need to use area. Okay, the one which is not rounded off. We'll proceed to the last question. Calculate the shortest distance from S to PR. From S to PR. From S to PR. This is the length that we are trying to calculate. Okay, now shortest distance. Okay, we are going to say shortest distance will be equal to 2 times area divided by the base, which is B. So this triangle, if they ask me to find the shortest distance in this triangle, I should have the area for this triangle. So if I calculated wrongly the value for area of this triangle which is on top, then even shortest distance will be wrong. Okay, so A representing area, so it will be 2 multiplied by, remember I'm getting the value which is not rounded off. So I've gotten the value for area which was not rounded off. Then being divided by, this B is not breadth, it is the base. So base is represented by the longest distance. Now in this case, remember we also calculated the values here. So we have 6, we have 7, and we have 12.3. So the biggest is this 12.3. I'm going to go back and get the value of this length which was not rounded off. Okay, so which was 12.25901,935. Let us multiply on top. We're going to have 26.517,71682 being divided by this value here, down here, the base. So when we divide, we're going to have 2.16318,118,930. This is the final answer if you don't know how to round off. If you know how to round off, it will be 2.1 to 3 significant figures will end here. Okay, the 3 is less than 5, so 6 will remain the same. So the final answer will be 2.16 meters. This is the final answer for the shortest distance. Okay, so remember, we are avoiding to round off our values before the final answer to avoid making mistakes. Okay, because one silly mistake here will end up costing you on all the questions that follow. Alright, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please kindly share with your friends, and may you also like. Thank you so much for supporting. See you in the next video.